2 minutes after 4 p.m. This is KBBG FM 88.1. We have been waiting for the arrival of RL and Troy Haughton. They are in the studio along with Sauya and also Maurice. Howard, they're going to be taking care of business, just playing music. I think I want to go to some, maybe some wifey from RL and next. This is KBBG FM 88.1 Water.
Y'all brothers ready for the night?
Oh, I'm born ready. We just left sound check. I'm ready.
This man is bananas on the mic, though, man. I'm like, that's what I was gonna ask you, brothers. I'm gonna ask y'all about the state of R&B. Is that fine? Actually, just go for it. All right. I got a whole left. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna start off with Troy. All right, and then we're gonna go to the main.
I was just trying to tweak the thing.
Yep, you got it on.
That's right. All right. Okay. All right. Well, now you gonna go now?
Oh.
See y'all brothers tonight. I hope there's
3, 2, 1.
You have it locked right here to your listener-supported public radio station. That is KBBG FM 88.1 Waterloo. And of course, as Beverly mentioned, no more than 2 minutes ago, we have some stars in the studio right here at Broadcast Park. Tonight, just in case you were not paying attention at least the last 3 weeks, the Valentine's Day Bash tonight featuring RL, the voice up next. And of course, we have Waterloo's very own Troy Haughton, Tatum Talbert, and Vashana, as well as, and I know I'm going to pronounce this name incorrectly, is it Kalau? Troy? I think it's Kalau, right?
Roy Haughton.
No, it's the Kalau, the brother that's also singing.
Oh, Khalil.
Thank you.
That would be
I want to make sure I get that correct. First and foremost, brothers, thank you. Thank you for gracing our studios with your presence. And we thank you for coming down. First and foremost, we're going to get to the main guy. But I want to start off with you, Troy. You are Waterloo's very own. First and foremost, I know I did a little reading, a little research in regards to how you got into the business, but just in case our listening audience may not know, can you give them a little bit about your background and how and why you got into music?
Well, music has been a passion of mine ever since the age of 6. I've been singing in the bassinet, listening to music, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, all the greats, all the icons. Out there, and I've been singing in church. I got my foundation, foundation in church. Yes, sir. Singing up in the choir. I took piano classes, music theory, jazz classes, sight reading, things like that. So I got acclimated to music very early in my life, and it's been a passion of mine. Music is the universal language.
Absolutely, brother. You can't go wrong with that. Now, what made you say, okay, I'm going to sing? Get into it professionally?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, Michael Jackson. Okay. I can't even lie. I mean, it's cliche. It's cliche. But everybody, I saw Mike perform, and I'm like, man, that's something I want to do, and I just have a passion for it, And when I was little, my mom always told me that I kind of sounded like Michael when I was singing. I tried to imitate him and do all his little movements and stuff like that. But ever since I was little, it was just in my blood, I guess. In my DNA.
Okay, and that made you sort of put this, what is it, Ground Start Entertainment?
Yes, sir, Ground Start.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Ground Start. Ground Start is a business I formed, my record label / production company. Writing for artists, producing artists, songwriting, and putting together shows. And Ground Start, building excellence from the ground up. That's basically my motto. I want to cultivate and mold young artists. I'm going to write for them, and do something that music hasn't seen in a while. It's just keeping it real. You know what I mean? And I believe sometimes you have to stay independent to a certain extent, because there's a lot of labels out there that not to bash any labels, because I love labels, but there's a lot of labels out there that will not treat artists the way that they should be treated and give them a fair shot.
Absolutely. Now, again, you said with this entertainment group, you are putting shows together, and that's how we, obviously I'm assuming that's how you came up with the Valentine's Day Bash. What made you think of that?
Well, Valentine's Day, that's the month of love, you know what I mean? And what better way to show...
For some,
well, for some, but what better way than to bring some R&B back, real R&B.
Absolutely.
I believe in people that can sing, you know, with no instruments, and that's why I reached out to this brother right here who's dynamic vocally.
And explain the connection. How did you get in contact with Brother RL and get this thing going?
Basically, I always liked the group Next, and you know, and RL, to me anyway, he was one of the most underrated artists. This man is a beast, man, vocally, and I feel that he doesn't get his due credit. You know what I mean? He's written for numerous people, John Henning. He was on Jamie Foxx's Unpredictable, Genuine. I mean, the list goes on. And this is a talented brother, you know, and I'm keeping it with the family, keeping the Midwest together, you know what I mean? And, Minneapolis is not too far from the eye. So, you know what I mean? So you know, that's what kind of made me reach out to this brother right here.
All right, we are in the studios here at Broadcast Park. Of course, you're listening to Troy Haughton. Give you a little background in regards to how this Valentine's Day bash was brought together. Of course, it's going to start tonight at 8 p.m. down at the 5 Sullivan Brothers Convention Center, 200 West 4th Street. Artists, local artists as well, Bashana, Tatum, Talbert as well as Khalil, and of course, the main man, RL, and of course, like Brother Troy was talking about, this brother has a long history of music, but as always, I always got to ask the question, Brother RL, thank you for stopping in the studio today. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved in the music business?
Well, you know, it was in the family. My cousin is Philip Bailey, Earth, Wind & Fire, so, you know, I've always just loved music, and my mother sang with Little Richard and people like that.
Oh, come on,
and,
I see
you know,
your blood.
Yeah, she stopped and, you know, had children and everything, and I guess I just continued the legacy. I just love music, and of course it started with Michael Jackson for me. You know, I was kind of nervous, and I had low self-esteem growing up, so I was on the usher board, so I wasn't in the choir like that.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people like, in the choir, I mean, I was for a minute, but I was more on the usher board, like my grandmother, but music has just been, when I look back, I can say that music was a soundtrack for me. Like, if I was down, I would play something to pick me up. Music was that vitamin, that nutrient that I needed that would pick me up and get me going again. I think I realized how powerful music was at a young age, so I used it. You know, I would go home and write raps about the kids that would try to bully me. They never heard them, but that's how I started learning the structure of records.
Is that right?
So I took all that negative energy and turned it positive.
Absolutely. Of course, we're in the studios with Brother RL. Of course, you remember him from the voice of Next. Of course, the legendary R&B group. You know, you brothers didn't get a lot of credit. Just sort of going back to, because I was sort of doing my own little personal research, and I'm like thinking, these brothers only got nominated a few times, and I think maybe one Soul Train. Was it Soul Train?
We won a Soul Train, and we won 8 Billboard Awards.
Oh, is that right? Okay, well, how about that?
What's crazy
I'm
is,
just thinking about the Grammys.
You know what's crazy is the year that we had the #1 record in the world, out of the country, we weren't nominated. But it's political. When you look at these Grammys on TV, you watch it now, and you realize that people that vote are people that are in an office somewhere out of touch. And like, you know, artists like me, we are on the board, but a lot of times we don't vote, or we'll look and see names we don't know, so we'll pick the name that we kind of think we know. So that's what happens with a lot of artists. And then when we were nominated for Best New Group for the American Music Awards, we actually went up against Casey and JoJo and Lauryn Hill.
Is that right?
And that really wasn't new. They weren't new artists. They had been out before, so it really wasn't fair to us, but it's all part of the game. So
is the music industry a lot of politics? And the second part of that question, is it harder to get in the music industry in this day and age with the digital and downloading and things of that nature?
You know, I feel sorry for this generation of artists, because it's been about how many followers you have, how many people are following you on Twitter and media things that have nothing to do with talent. So a lot of labels are looking at who's got the biggest following. And just because people are following you doesn't mean they're going to buy your material. So instead of them, you know, honing their craft and getting better at being artists, they're getting better at being marketing and promotion people, because that's what they're doing with themselves. Where music is right now, I'm happy in a sense of, the problem is this: we as a people set the trends.
Talk to me.
We would throw something on. We were the masters of invention. We didn't have money like that, so we would put something together. All of a sudden, it became a new style. And then they would copy what we did. Now you have a lot of these big name artists, many that I've written for, that, you know, let me say this: they're not artists; they're performers.
There you go.
I'm an artist. I write and arrange a majority of what I do. performing somebody, you say, go put this on, you're good at dancing, you have a great voice, sing this record. That's not an artist. That's a performer. They take what somebody else has drawn up and they present it to the world. Well, you have a lot of these cats now where they're trying to go and do these pop records and do what they're doing instead of being genuine and doing something new and being creative like we are as a people. They're going in another lane. So a lot of our R&B artists ain't even doing R&B. It's sad. The best R&B album out right now is Justin Bieber's.
Is that right?
I'm
For
sure.
who though?
No, I know it's rocking. You know
Okay.
why? Because while we over here worrying about what everybody else is doing, instead of doing what comes true to us, we trying to do what they do, and they go, oh, we can go do this because this is what's better anyway.
Oh, talk to me. You are listening to the voice of RL, and of course, we have the Valentine's Day Bash tonight. Of course, it's going to be at the 5 Sullivan Brothers Convention Center. Doors open at 7 p.m. The show starts at 8 p.m. Of course, Waterloo's very own Troy Haughton, Tatum Talbert, Vashana, and Khalil will be performing, as well as the featured artist, RL. Do you give tips to Brother Troy in regards to how to make it in the maze of the music industry?
You know, not really, because the truth is, what artists that were, you know, had a lot of success used to do was go find the hungry artists that, again, have the ingenuity to try new things, new sounds. You know, get somebody from their basement that's been working with this, and you give them some newer equipment and say, do that with this now.
Absolutely.
And you might fine-tune it a little bit, give them some direction, but really, I'm probably learning more and getting more direction from these newer artists that are grinding, because there are times that you know.
They're hungrier, is that what it is?
Yeah, to an extent, yes,
Okay.
but they're also more creative. They don't have to worry about the politics as much, so they can just sit around and be like, look, I'm gonna try this, you know, why not? You know, when you're an artist that has a certain name or a certain name, you feel like you have to do a certain thing. And it takes somebody thinking outside of the box, bringing you something different. So to be honest, I'm more influenced by these newer artists. I'm more excited to come early and hide in the back and watch everybody else. I don't consider myself the headliner. I consider myself the cleanup man. And all that means is it's going to be harder for me tonight because they're going to get on stage, they're going to do their thing, and I'm going to have to step my game up. So that's all it is.
It got a lot of that. Seemed like you kind of go back to what you were talking about, and then you were talking about being independent, you know, same thing that you were saying. Because when you're independent, you can pretty much direct the way you want to go instead of somebody directing me. Because a lot of times they get so caught up when it comes to money.
Or the politics, you have different label heads in your ear. You know, this is really what happened with our labels, and this is just the truth.
Okay.
You had cats like Puff and Jermaine, and Jermaine was on the road, his dad was a music man, Puff was in the mailroom, worked his way up. These are real music dudes, they study music.
Okay.
But they did what we do. They are the homeboys. They don't know nothing about music. They know about hustling. So the music industry became a hustle for a lot of them. So what they trying to do it like other type of games. And they trying to flip and make quick money. Kind of like how we did with the real estate market, how we messed it up and we got a hold of it. They doing the same thing with the music industry. Oh, he got to follow, let's go hurry up and flip this money and make some money off him. Knowing there's not going to be any longevity.
Is that the state of the music industry right now? Because again, just like you mentioned a few moments ago, you said it's more of looks as opposed to talent, you know, because Justin Bieber, I mean, come on now. I mean, no disrespect to Justin, but I know plenty of better artists that have stronger voices, more creative music, in my humble opinion, than Justin Bieber.
I'm going to be honest, if you listen to his new album, you remember he's a kid. He's made some mistakes.
Absolutely.
But I can't lie, he's really talented.
Is that right?
But there are other cats that aren't,
Okay.
that it's the politics, or they know somebody, or they got a look. But you can't be mad at that, because if you hit a lick and you can, you know, get you some money and feed your family, I'm not mad at that. But let us have our lane. What is happening now is a lot of these labels aren't looking for the true talent. They're looking for some quick money, because the truth is, with anything you have to cultivate.
That's right. And I'm glad you said that. You said quick money, because you see these flash in the pan artists. One year I hear you make one good single, and then I don't hear from you 3 or 4 years down the line. What's the key to longevity?
I hate to say it, but it's the crossover. Okay. You know what I mean by that is, we as a people are quick to look for what's next.
Okay.
Well, no more Jay-Z. He need to retire, find somebody new. When the other people, they got Rod Stewart and and Cher performing in Vegas and all over the world, and we got the OJs performing on the chilling circuit. We don't embrace our history and our artists. Again, I'll give you a perfect example. We say that the group Next didn't get the credit they deserve. If I go and ask somebody from my generation what their favorite groups were, they're not going to mention mine. I won't even say who I am, I ask them. But the truth is, we had 3 albums compared to 5 and 6 of our counterparts. We sold the same amount of records as they did. I'm able and blessed enough to go overseas and perform all the time because our records were so big on MTV. Everybody else was on BET. The Two Closest, the Wifeys, we were able to be on, you know, to cross over. So that's where you get the money and the residuals, you know, especially for someone like me that wrote the records. I'm able to continue to make a living off that. We are too quick to throw away something that's still good. We looking for the next. You know, we looking for the new Ciroc. They looking for the old Jack. Give me a Jack and Coke. We want that new thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we have to change our mentality when it comes to everything, not just music, but life in general.
Oh, that's brother D. Valentine's Day Bash tonight. RL, the headliner, the voice of Next, but like he said,
not the headliner, just the closer.
He's just closing. He's cleaning up. Of course, Troy Haughton, Vashana, Tatum Talbert, and Khalil. What can we expect tonight, Troy?
You can expect an action-packed, fun-filled, entertaining, romantic, everything balled into one. You know, wrapped up into one thing. It's going to be very entertaining, very exciting. You know, it's going to be very entertaining.
See, I'm one into grown folks music. Are we gonna get a lot of that grown folks music tonight, or what? Talk to me. Now I heard also it's gonna be a step contest. Is that correct?
It's gonna be a steppers contest during intermission. Yep. So, you know, for anybody out there who think you can move and groove on the dance floor, you know, I want to see you put on your dancing shoes.
All right. Of course, the Valentine's Day Bash tonight. RL, the voice of Next, again, that's going to be at the 5 Sullivan Brothers Convention Center. Again, if you need tickets, can they get tickets at the door as well?
Yes, sir. You can get tickets at the door, yeah.
And of course, the number 319-651-4116, or you can visit the Valentine's Day Bash 2014.eventbrite, BRITE.com. Brother RL, outside of, is this your first time in Waterloo? I'm pretty sure
No, you know, it's not. I was here at the beginning of my career. Before we made it, we used to be managed by Ann Nesby.
Okay.
And she brought us here years ago.
Okay.
And we did a show. It's funny, being from the Midwest, it just feels like home. You know, and I'm sure you guys hate the same things I hate when I tell people I'm from Minnesota. They go, is there black people here?
Black people, yeah.
You go on out there and act a fool and see what happens. We everywhere. Okay?
Yeah.
So I feel like home. I'm excited. To be honest, when you come to places like this, they actually cherish and appreciate it more than when you go to big cities sometimes. So I expect everybody to come out and party, because I'm not here to perform. I'm here to party.
All right.
I'm gonna have a good time. I know y'all gonna be having your church clothes on and all that. That's fine. But you know, if you gotta kick off your shoes,
might get down.
Cool. Make sure your toes is done, ladies, because I know they're gonna take off your shoes and you're gonna be dancing with us. So or bring some socks.
Oh, good brother. Valentine's Day Bash. And by the way, outside of what you're doing tonight, anything down the line for you that we can expect as fans?
Well, I have a new project coming out. First, it's an EP.
Okay.
We did like 30-something records for that. But then the album's called 515. That's coming. We did 80 records for that. So we're just trying to break it down. And I have a new website, which is justrl.com, which is also my Twitter, which is JUSTRL. So anybody out there, follow me, show me some love, and we're going to party tonight.
Let me slow down. 80 songs. And you're trying to break it down probably to 12 to 15. How do you do that?
You know what? What I do is I get up every morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm at the gym about 5:45. And the whole time I'm working out, I'm just listening to my music. And when you really working out, you into it, you forget who you listening to. So if it don't move me and I don't feel it, I don't think of it being just me. I did so many records to where I can't take it personal. If I hear something like, okay, not that one. I try to do all quality music, but I want it to be cohesive. I remember when you would have an album and you would go, I like the whole thing. Like there might be a record that ain't your favorite, but you didn't fast forward. And there were records that you could go, I remember where I was at. Nowadays you have an artist you'll get and you'll go, you know what? I play this when I clean my house. That's it. Or you have an artist, I play this in a club. What happened to that album where you had a song for each moment? I play this with my lady on the way home. I play this when I done made her mad. I play this when we cooking and barbecuing at the house. I play this record when it's about to go down. I play this record when I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? There was different records for different moods. And I think that that's what I'm trying to capture again on the project.
Real quickly, Troy, let me ask you, how would you describe your sound?
My sound is straight. It's funny because when I talk to people, I'm an old soul. Okay. In a young body.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'm a very old spirit. You know what I mean? When people listen to me, they kind of get that reminiscent of a little bit of Brian McKnight versus Wanye. You know.
I feel she said
versus
I love that one.
maybe alright a little bit. Hopefully not. No, but for real, I mean, I'm also I like the straight old R&B music. You know what I mean? I can't really get with the new. Like, I don't want to call out, I'm not going to call out any artists or anything, but like a lot of super auto-tune, a lot of effects, stuff like that, because, like, people like this man right here, this brother can sing. He don't need none of that. This brother got mad pipes, and I'm from that era where if you ask to sing on the spot, you can just sing, a cappella.
So if I put you on the spot, you know what I've been wanting? I've been waiting. And I've yet to, and maybe I'm out of the, I'm waiting for someone to do. You ever remember Force MD's?
Of course.
Tender Love.
Tender love.
Talk to me.
Tender love.
Oh, come on.
So tender. Oh my goodness.
I'm waiting for someone to do a duet, so y'all think about maybe something like that tonight. We got the Valentine's Day Bash going down tonight at the 5 Sullivan Brothers Convention Center. Doors open at 7 p.m. Of course, the show starts at 8 p.m. Troy Haughton, Waterloo's very own, Bashana, Tatum Talbot, and Khalil, and of course, he said he's just backing it up. RL, of course, will be performing tonight. And let me, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I want to say one more thing real quick, though. I've worked with a lot of artists, industry artists as well. I've done background vocals on Eric Benet's album, Lost in Time, which features Lettucey and Eric Benet. And I work with Brandy. But I can say by far, this brother right here, this brother's humble. Right here, this brother, this a down to earth cat right here, man. This brother, for real, this brother real down to earth.
I want to. What inspires you all, write, and how long does it take, or does it depend on what you're writing about?
For me, I wrote Too Close in about 20 minutes. Butter Love was like 45 because it's a little slower. For me, it's not necessarily always what I'm going through. I'm a creature of habit and a product of my environment, so I'm a sponge. I like to be around people and watching them, and I pick up what they're talking about or their feelings. So a lot of times I write about what people around me are going through. It's almost like a soundtrack. I can sit here and you might have been complaining about, man, I forgot to get my girl flowers, Valentine's Day. So I might write a song, I'll Never Forget Your Love. And it could be, I'll be like, this was what he could play for her when he got home. That's how you do. Different things inspire you.
How about that? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what I wanted to say, because we in Waterloo, you know how we do. Oh, it's nothing going on in Waterloo. It's boring in Waterloo. But when we have brothers that literally put in the work to put together a show, reach out to superstars such as RL, and they have bring them to our city. We have to get out there and support these guys so we can have more shows coming back to Waterloo, of course. So I commend you, Brother Troy, for doing what you're doing. And that takes a creative mind to put it all together, put your company together, and of course your voice speaks for itself. The Valentine's Day Bash tonight, once again at the 5 Sullivan Brothers Convention Center. Again, the doors open at 7 p.m. The show starts at 8 p.m. Of course, Waterloo's very own Troy Haughton, Bashana, Tatum Talbot, Khalil, and of course RL. There'll be a step show during the intermission. A whole lot of fun, and like the brother RL said, you will get up and dance. So you ladies better have your feet done, as he said.
Yeah.
And make sure you come out and support it. And again, we want to thank you, brothers, for coming down to Broadcast Park and taking time out of your day to have this special interview with our radio station. Again, the Valentine's Day Bash tonight. Any last words from you, brothers?
I just really want to thank Troy for even considering me to come down. And I want to thank Waterloo ahead of time, because I know that tomorrow when I'm on my flight, headed to the next city, I'm gonna be knowing that ain't nothing gonna compare to what we doing tonight.
Talk to me.
So I'm ready. The Midwest represent. I know it's a little cold out, but we gonna kick it.
I'm gonna let those be the last words. We're gonna send it back to the engineer, Beverly Douglas. Take it away. Oh, good job, gentlemen. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, sure. What's the any special lineup? Like who's singing first?
You know, you're not gonna have this man last. Clean up, man.
Clean up, man.